Hello, Douglas. What's up?
Over. Seems like I haven't seen you in 2 days.
2 days. It's weird, right? Everybody's like, it's a new show, and they're here because they want to hear us talk about non-aviation related stuff. That's
Everything else.
We'll see if we get an audience out of that. But
that's the title.
Yeah, this is crazy. First episode. We'll see how long it lasts. It could be the last episode. We never know. Every episode could be the last episode on both shows. So let's not get too carried away. We promised a guest, and I don't know what he's I see him down there, but I'm not sure I want to add him at this point because
he's got a cool t-shirt.
He does. Does he have a cool t-shirt? All right, here he is.
I'm a sweatshirt.
Ryan.
Step off into Parsh.
Is it Savoie or Voy?
It is Savoie. And the way I like to explain that is, if you spell boy, it's B-O-Y. So Voy, so Savoie.
Because in the Mamu,
spell baw,
it's all with a Y. All the Savoie Medical Center, for example, with a Y.
I called it Savoy Medical Center. That's like a very, very ongoing and long debate about whether it's Savoie or Savoy.
But you're Savoie.
I'm Savoie.
Okay, well, good, because our PIO here locally, a mover of Mandeville, by the way, Doug of Eunice, Ryan of wherever you are.
Broussard.
Where are you? Broussard.
Ryan of Broussard
is here. Luna of, well, she just walked by. She's not interested in the show. We are here. You're we advertised you as a SWAT sniper. Is this correct?
Yes. So, SWAT team, I've been on it for about 10 years. Going now. Sniper, I've been doing that. I just recently got back on SWAT and Sniper, but I did Sniper my last 2 years on my last tour of SWAT. So,
and you're a motorman.
Motorman, yes, sir.
That's how I met you.
Yes. At the motor instructor school down there in Mandeville.
Are you currently on an op right now? Is that what Laura wants to know? Is Hatchet in a SWAT surveillance van?
No. This is just my messy office.
Okay. All right. It's a witness protection program.
Yeah.
Well, good. I said, listen, but our PIO would like you to just read the phone book. I don't know why. Maybe it's the accent.
It must be. I don't catch it, but everybody says there is one.
Doug, do you hear an accent? Because I don't.
No, I've lived here long enough. He sounds perfectly normal.
Yeah, he sounds normal to me.
Yeah. Sounds like somebody I'd buy boudin from.
Yeah. All right. SWAT sniper, you're rank now, so you're part of the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a part of the solution, and that's one of the reasons I took the rank, is because if all you're going to do is complain about the problem and not be part of the solution, then you are the problem.
That attitude will get you in more trouble. Trust me.
It will. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've already been on the carpet. It's okay.
So I have a question for our guest. If we're to that stage yet,
dude, whatever. Just do it. You know what? We don't have a thing. Just do it.
What do SWAT guys do when they're not swatting?
So with our agency, we don't have a full-time team. So we do our patrol duties or
curls.
We do patrol duties, or some guys are in narcotics, and we have some guys in the training division.
So there are agencies that have like your SWAT all the time.
Yeah, I think Lafayette Parish Sheriff actually has a full-time SWAT team, and what they do, because obviously you're not going to be going on call-outs all the time. So what they do is they'll go, they go serve warrants, or they'll go back up patrol on high.
So they're like firefighters. They just work out until they're needed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. The rest of the world has to work. Well, that's cool, man. And obviously you've helped us through Ready or Not, teaching us the tactics.
I've tried. I did learn some new ones, so
I love how you segued into something equally realistic and important.
Yeah, well, it's like DCS. See, it's Ready or Not is my DCS, right? Because I'll never be a SWAT boy.
I'll never be a fighter pilot.
Neither me.
I mean, we try though. We both try in our own ways. We've done DCS together.
Yep.
It goes about like it does when I do SWAT.
Yeah, that's true. We did it on the Vegas map.
Yeah, we sure did. But But so what is, I mean, in your career, so you've been doing this, what, 20 years? Has it
Yeah,
been that long?
I made 20 years September 6th.
Start when you're 8.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So eligible to retire, but too young to draw.
How old do you have to be?
55 or 25 years at any age at 75% your salary, 30 years, any age at 99.
Not like he's keeping track or anything.
Yeah. Not that I looked it up.
Well, so you had some stuff you wanted to talk about how do you become a SWAT sniper? So walk us through that process for, because when Doug and I go to the range and we start LARPing again, we would like to know, right. I always envision it as you gotta, you play poker with the cards on the thing, like in the movie.
Right.
But I don't know if that's true or not, because movies are obviously always real.
So we haven't played cards yet, and I do have I think I showed you the course, but
yeah, I'm about to pull it up if I can find your name.
The SWAT Sniper. So well, basically you start out as an operator, and to do that you go through their little tryouts. And the way we do it with our agency is we'll bring you on as, say, a perimeter team. So you're not making entries, you're not doing operator stuff, but you're part of the team, you're securing out a perimeter. Once you prove yourself there, we'll put you through the tryouts. And then every month we have like a little marksman competition. And
neat.
If you consistently get a high score on that, they'll go, hey, you want to try your hand at sniping?
Do you have to qualify as expert when you go to post like a 120?
No, but we do have to shoot 115 and above. If you shoot below 115, yeah. So if you shoot below 115, you can be placed back on probationary status on the team, or you can be completely removed if you can't get your score up.
All right, that's so I do have a picture of you on duty for everybody to see.
I like tactical water bottle.
I like that.
Playing the fire extinguisher too. I just want.
Gets hot out there sometimes.
You've been skipping
so here's the qualification course. SWAT target, 60 yards, 110 yards, 150 yards, 10 rounds on the command to fire. Stage 1, 60 yards, 3 shots prone, head only, 20 seconds. And tell me about that.
So you'll stage out. You'll be 60, not 60. Yeah. So you have 60 yards, 110, 150. And what you'll do is they'll start the timer just like your post scores. And you have 20 seconds to put 3 shots, as a headshot. So you have to make sure you're cycling your bolt correctly, because if you don't pull your bolt back all the way and you don't cycle, then you round into the chamber, it counts as a miss.
What
rifle?
No
short stroking.
Yeah, no short stroke.
What do we shoot?
Remington 700.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just bought one.
Long arm of champions.
Oh, man. Did you get any? You did get a different stock.
I got the Magpul. I got the Magpul enhanced with the Timony trigger. It all comes with it now.
So when I first became a sniper, our Remington 700 just had the regular hunting stock on it. And you talk about a purple shoulder after a range day.
Yeah.
It'll bruise you. So yeah, having a better stock is definitely,
Do you get a bipod or is it all supported?
Yeah, so I have a bipod on it, and some instances will even use tripods.
Oh, the thing where you sit?
Mm-hmm. Sit or stand, use a tripod. And the SWAT target, so I don't have a picture to pull up, but if you can search T-box, target with a T-box.
Yeah.
It's basically the face, and it's like this down to here makes a T. That's where we're aiming for.
So so it's not the standard post target.
No.
To get the head only or center of mass. It's
correct.
A different target altogether.
It's like it's like a realistic size human torso, but it's a skeleton on paper with a T-box on the head. And that's where you're wanting to land your headshots. They'll count it outside of it, but
Doug, write this down. We're going to do this on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm looking for a target to download right now.
I actually have some for you in my
nice.
vehicle. I'll run them to you Saturday.
All right. Well, we hope we get to see. I know you're a busy man, so we thank you for joining us. This is our first episode, so you are our first.
Yeah, and sorry for being late. It's just hectic. I went to state
That's just
police
SWAT
headquarters
standard.
today. Yeah,
That's
it's
SWAT standard,
basically
dude. You're they got to get the band together. It's always a thing.
it's
By the time y'all
always
show up, the call's over anyway. Patrol's already dealt with it.
most of the time.
Yeah.
You hope anyway, except
Yeah.
for well, they had something in the news up in Melville a few weeks ago.
Oh, really? I mean, there's always somebody rolling somewhere, but
Fag, if you give if you give it about 5 minutes, Axel will come make an appearance. I'll show y'all Axel.
oh, that's right. Axel was the dog that we did the
That's correct.
GoFundMe and stuff for. How's he doing?
He's good. He's about to get let out to go use the restroom and eat. So I'll have him pop in here and say hi.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk topics because I actually have some feel good stuff we can talk about.
I like feel good stuff.
Feel good
Cool.
stuff. This is old, but I like it because it's my favorite video. It's probably one of my favorite law enforcement related videos that I've seen out there. Let's see, video share, and this is in Connecticut. A trooper. So the story is he's parked, and this truck stops behind him and just stops. Like he looks back, he's like, "Hey, there's what's going on?" And disabled vehicle. I don't know what your policy is, but ours is, if somebody's disabled on the side of the road, you stop to see if they're okay. And he pulls around and then gets behind him, obviously for officer safety, and does a traffic stop. And this is how it plays out. Y'all hear it?
Yep.
Okay. This is in Connecticut. Good, safe approach there. I like it. I like to do the passenger side approach on the highway.
What's going on, boss? What's going on?
I'm on the phone with the VA hotline
Okay.
for suicide.
All right. Hey, I got you, man. All right. What branch you in?
Army.
Army? All right. Hey, my name's Kyle. All right. We'll help you out. All right, bud? I'm here with you. I'm here with you. All right. I'm gonna start an ambulance over here to us. Okay? All right, bud?
I can afford.
Hey, no. Hey, if I send you, it's nothing on you. Okay? State of Connecticut covers that. All right? Can we step out of the car, boss? Just so we can talk? 826. Man, come to the front of your truck, bud.
820.
Starting an ambulance to the 6-8 off-ramp eastbound. I'm with a vet who's on the suicide hotline.
Here's
Hey.
my ID.
Sorry, man. Hey. You have anything on you?
No.
Okay, is that about check in? Cool. Any deployments, bud?
What?
One? Well, hey, dude. It's a tough time for everyone in your position, all right? Relax, though. Hey, I'm here with you, okay? I'm here. Come on, yeah.
That's the shorter version. He actually ends up by the end. He hugs the guy. It becomes a whole moment. But Hatchet, what do you think about, or Ryan, whatever, Hatchet? I'm gonna go by Hatchet because that's what you wrote on there.
All right.
What do you think about that? A lot of people, actually, some people we are our own worst enemies because they talked about officer safety and stuff like that. But I mean, what do you think about a situation like that?
It's good, man. He took a good approach to it. It's not like it's different generation of cops growing up now, and they'll just blow that off, or they'll try to just pawn it off on medical. But he did pretty good there, man. He tried to relate to him, or he did relate to him, and actually seemed genuine and caring for the guy, which is something that's almost lost from society these days.
This is what are y'all doing? Like, there's
I have ghosts.
Doug's got ghosts in his haunted mansion. Hatchet's got, what is happening over here?
Hit the light
He's doing a dog appearance.
here. Miserable. They want to see him.
Of course we do.
There he is.
Oh, Graybeard.
Boy, is he attentive.
Is he a bite dog?
Yes.
Does he
Ask
you
for
ever get bite sleeve with him or anything?
I haven't.
Like,
But
does he still do anything?
No. My wife will do some. What do you call it? Obedience. She'll do obedience with him, but no bite or anything. He did try to go after a raccoon the other night.
I think
Possum.
that's all
Sorry.
dogs. Any of those dogs.
Will he
still
go
have
after
recall?
armadillos? I need him over here.
He was 6 inches short of jumping on a 12-foot high shed.
A shed.
Yes. The
Shed.
possum was on the roof of the shed, and 6 inches he'd have had him.
Wow.
But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah,
Anyway, yeah, going back to the other thing, I thought it was a cool, it's older, but to me, that's what being a cop's about. And
exactly.
when you can affect somebody's life in a positive manner, and it's not always, running and gunning and doing high-speed stuff. Sometimes it's just, could you save a life? And I think that trooper did a great job.
I think Hatchet's right, pointing out that it's generational too. I hate to criticize any, younger law enforcement, but I've been around law enforcement for 59 years now. And my dad's generation was a lot more hands-on in all the positive ways. And you just don't see as much of that anymore.
And to their credit, not all, but man, I mean the vast majority, it's a lot of it is just that these younger kids are so scared to make any decision on anything or do anything.
Yeah, and that's not
they
their
don't
fault.
want to. They don't want to face the scrutiny, and you really can't blame them.
Really? So you see that as a problem, like FTO? Because I've noticed there's a high washout rate in FTO, and it's like because they go through the academy, they get through everything, and they get to FTO, and it's like you see all these people washing out, washing back, going to different departments because they're more suited for that. Is it because they're younger, they don't have the life experience, and they can't be assertive, or is it safety, or both, or what's the?
It's this young generation needs a lot of positive affirmation. Back when us coming up, it was you didn't get an attaboy, you didn't get a good job, but if you did a bad job, you knew about it.
Yeah.
And now with these younger generations, man, you have to, oh, no, that was good work. Hey, man, good job. Pat on the back. And if you don't do that constantly with them, then they don't feel valued. And if they don't feel valued, they're going somewhere else.
I mean, Doug, you deal with that a lot. I mean, you deal with kids all the time. Is that?
Yeah. I try not to call them kids, but man, now they're half the age of my actual kids. So it's getting tougher and tougher. But yeah, I mean, Hatch's right. There's this generational thing with not only needing affirmation, but where they get it from. It's they're getting affirmation from videos. They're getting affirmation from their phones. It's hard to get through to them. And I don't want to overstate that. I got some really awesome students this semester.
This semester, just this one, not previously.
Well, they're the ones I knew. They're the ones I remember.
Yeah.
It's one day at a time over here, man.
It's different. And I'm a shift lieutenant, and every call they go on, my phone rings. And it's just
like, what do you think I ought to do kind of stuff? Like,
yeah, hey, I got this. What do you think? Well, what do you think? Yeah. Well, I think I should do this. Okay, well, you're right. But it's to bear that responsibility, because while, yes, they're young and they need all of this and that, they do understand the seriousness behind possibly violating somebody's rights or doing the wrong thing. Right. So credit where it's due to Colin, but we couldn't do that back in the day growing up.
I think that's the cell phone thing, that everybody's a lot more. I haven't come up with a better word than collectivist. They're just used to making decisions as a group.
Mm-hmm. And I counted one night in a 12-hour shift, my phone went off 42 times.
Wow, that would make me nuts.
But is there a shift sergeant?
No, not right now.
See that I think if you had a sergeant, you'd probably not be hearing.
It'd alleviate a lot.
The sergeant would get all of that stuff, but I mean, it's still a valid point. What I've seen on patrol is if it's a good solid shift with a strong FTO, everybody will blow up his phone or her phone, and the sergeant will never hear anything. But if it's a bunch of new guys, the sergeant becomes like, there's always that gap. There's always that one experienced guy who anchors the shift. And if you don't have that, it goes up to the sergeant or lieutenant or whatever. But do you think it starts, and we're going to talk generically, but in a lot of ways at the top, because I read a thing the other day about Florida with like Grady Judd, and they do not have recruiting problems because experienced people from other agencies, especially in the North, will move down to Florida, even if the pay is not as good, because they believe that they have an administration that has their back and allows them to do cop stuff.
Absolutely. If you don't have an administration that has your back, it's not worth it, because you never know. You'll do the right thing, but are they gonna stand up for you, or are they gonna throw you under the bus just to save political face or just to save face in the media or whatever? When you have an administration that goes, hey, you may not like it, but it was by the law, it was by the book, it was by policy. My officer's right, and I'm standing by them. Yeah. Your officers are going to work harder, and you're going to have more officers wanting to work there because they go, wow, I can go and do my job. I don't have to be strictly reactive.
Right.
And a lot of these young officers, they really do want to be proactive. They do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would say the other question would be, is it training? Right? Because if your training is good, you rely on that because law of primacy, and you fall to the level of your training. Would that help? Is if you have a robust training department to where you don't, you know the law. I mean, when I went through the academy, the guy who taught law and the constitutional stuff and the cases, the Supreme Court cases and everything, dude, he was sharp, and everything he said resonated because you knew, number one, I mean, he had the expertise, and number two, he gave you the tool bag. He's like, he made it very clear. You don't want to violate somebody's rights. You don't want to go out there and do the wrong thing. But if you are equipped with the right knowledge, you won't, because, you'll know when it's appropriate to search, when it's appropriate to arrest, when it's all that. We used to get a little pamphlet, at least for Louisiana. Remember that little pamphlet? It was like this big and this is
like
wide.
A DA's handbook. Yeah,
it was like I haven't seen one in a long time.
I haven't seen one since 2013.
We used to get. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I had to close the door. Axel was hollering.
But we used to get that kind of thing, and I think that knowledge. When you see, anytime you watch a good YouTube video, because the audits and all that stuff, anytime you see that kind of thing, if you run into a cop or a deputy or whoever, officer, trooper, and they're sharp and they know the law and they know the Constitution, it makes the other person that's trying to bait them look stupid. It's when they get all angry and they don't understand and they're fishing for stuff. That's when it becomes, YouTube bait.
It's when you get that rookie that watches shows like Rookie and goes, that's how cop stuff works, and they use that, and they just get absolutely demolished.
My dad absolutely hated Cops when it came out. He said all these young cops. He loved cop shows. He loved Barney Miller. He loved SWAT. He loved all the old stuff at Adam 12. But when Cops,
Adam 12,
when Cops, the TV show, came out, he said all these young guys are going to think that's what the job is like, and they're just getting the wrong idea.
Yeah, because obviously they're only showing the good stuff.
They never show the RTF, the report to follow, and the fact that it never auto-populates and you have to write all the nitnoid BS, and you're like, why doesn't this know? Why can't it pull it?
Funny story that Doug brings up, Adam 12, is I still do sometimes. I'll have trainees, so I don't have many as a lieutenant anymore, but I'll make trainees. I'll say, go and watch Adam 12. I say, listen to how they talk to people. Watch how they treat people. That's how you need to be. Because it was a show that they respected everybody. Very procedural, right? They followed the law. They didn't violate rights. And there was one episode where Pete He put a little whooping on a guy, and Reed went and reported him. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say about my agency is they don't stand for corruption.
No,
if
absolutely.
You're out there doing some dirty work, they'll take care of you. Like you're gone.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I've seen the not seen it personally, but I've heard of the hey, we're gonna have a meeting, and at the meeting they say, all right, go ahead and give me your stuff and turn around, you're under arrest.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before, and that's the way it should be. I mean, if you're doing something now, in that case, it was something off duty that they waited and brought him in, but still, Spider, I did not see a super chat. However, if there was a super chat, it's all gone. Because YouTube has demonetized that video now. So we apologize.
Disintegrated that. No, he did. We did read that one.
Oh yeah, we did. And then when my advice came out, everybody thought that was reality. Yeah.
I went to Miami and dressed like that because I thought it was reality.
Speaking of reality, you know what movie I watched last night? Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the last one.
You did tell me that.
It's almost a 3-hour movie. Oof. It's got some writing issues. That's all I'm going to say. Like they got some bad writing going on in that one. But anyway, enough about the police. I think actually, you know what? We got one more thing. I thought this was cool. This agency in Sheriff Sanders, TCSO. They just announced that they got a helicopter.
Well, it's a C, so it's not Louisiana.
County? I mean,
right.
You never know.
Good catch. No, I'm not kidding, because when we watched that video with the vet, as soon as the guy said VA, he caught that he was a vet. You guys catch things.
Anyway, Sheriff Sanders says over the last month, TCSO has been working behind the scenes trying to get a free helicopter through the surplus program.
I'd like to get a free helicopter.
Technically, it's not a free helicopter because the LESO 1033 program, it's a lease. So it's super cheap. And they might have figured out a way to get it free, but typically it's like here you go. Cost of $10,000. Because that's the LESO 1033 program. But they also got all the equipment. So they took delivery of an OH-58, now housed with our friends at Helicopters Northwest, at approximately $250,000 worth of equipment. So they got it for $10,000, which is the part of that program.
In all fairness, it's free to the sheriff. He's not paying for it.
Right. And the volunteers, private donations, and restricted funds like grants, water rescue, and drug enforcement experienced pilots have volunteered to fly it for free. Maintenance, they have private donors to cover costs, fuel, and equipment. And then they can use their restricted funds for water rescue and drug enforcement. I think it's sad that he has to say it's free that many times in one thing. Yeah. Because a helicopter is a force multiplier. I'm a little biased because I do fly and I do law enforcement aviation, and that's a good looking 58. Probably needs some new stickers. No, we've got brand new stickers. I'm biased because I think, and I know we said we weren't going to do aviation, but that's aviation and law enforcement at the same time. I think helicopters, when used correctly and you have a program that's actually run well and used for its intended purpose, can be the difference between a boater or a kid in the woods being found and a sad story, or a SWAT role that turns into a shootout, or, they know that you're overhead and they're not going to run. Because
same with drones.
Yeah, don't give me that drone stuff. I want to fly helicopters. Yeah,
there's so much cool stuff out there in the tech now too. I mean, the FLIR is just the front end of it. There's so many things the helicopters and the drones can do that, like you said, they're just wild force multipliers.
Have you seen IR glow sticks?
Only in video games.
Yeah, I mean,
I just learned that was a thing.
No, we have an IR spotlight. You seen that?
Wow.
No.
So the light on the helicopter, we can change modes. It can go from like the LED to the IR, and IR it'll bloom It'll make it look like daytime wherever you are if you're under night vision goggles, just for you.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I want that.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen on your little drone, bud.
Get a big drone.
Yeah, get a big drone. Put it on my Tahoe.
A big drone is called a helicopter. Actually, that light. So Traca developed it for customs. They were putting it on the trucks, and it would beam out and like illuminate the entire desert. And all you could see was, if you're on NVGs, you could see what was going on.
That tracks.
But like when you look, have you ever looked at the FLIR, the EO, or the Traca, like when it's being used? It'll give you the street address. It'll give you the speed of the vehicle, direction of travel. Like all you have to do is call it out on the radio. And if you've got like a missing boater, it'll start looking in grid squares, like it can find the movement in the water and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
They can be programmed to read license plates, at altitude, like an ALPR, which is a automated license plate reader system. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool features that it has if used correctly. And it's not just a flying club, which becomes the problem with a lot of aviation units, is that they turn into flying clubs where they don't put any kind of sensors or anything on it, and all they do is just go fly around. Well, that's great, and you can do a lot of stuff with just binoculars. I mean, binoculars and a radio, you can do a lot of cool stuff too. But a serious program with all of the toys and integration with SWAT, the other agencies, because a lot of these things can be federally funded. If you go do some of the federal grants, you can get your entire program funded as long as you're doing, federal missions in addition to what you want to do.
That's cool. And were you doing reserve work back before there was ever computers in the Corps?
No, I've never. 2014. They call it reserve work. When I'm out there, it's not reserve work. It's the same.
Right now,
work.
you're reserve work. No, I agree.
It's work.
When you're out there,
Work.
you're doing the same thing we are, and you're doing more because you're not getting paid for it. So much respect, but you do it. You do it because you like the work, But
it's fun.
Where I was getting at was when I started, it was handwriting reports, and the lights on the top of my car, they spun around.
Oh gosh. Were you at Lafayette PD when they had that on patrol? What was that show? When you hear the sirens wail? No, it wasn't live PD. This is back in the 90s, bro.
No, I wasn't.
This is back when cops was coming out and they had to.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's only on like KLFY or something. KAN is one of them shows.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, they had their own theme song.
Do you remember the Lafayette PD trading cards that they did?
No, I don't remember that.
This was the 90s. It was a Pizza Hut thing. You go to Pizza Hut and they had trading cards with like different Lafayette officers in different divisions.
Oh, like the actual cops were on the trading cards?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
It was cool. And me. Yeah, I need them all.
Did you imagine the press on that?
Oh, yeah.
Today?
Yeah. Mine's on the Brady list. Ah, oh, damn.
Wow.
Mine was fired under Brady list.
Yeah, mine was fired under other than honorable circumstances.
Hawkeye's got an idea. That I can, that
Luna's got that. Luna has a that.
I've got one right here.
Yeah, Luna's got her K9 trading cards.
Mine's up there in my little coin box with my Luna coin.
Yeah, a lot of K9 units do that. Yeah, see, Luna Bell. So
apparently vital to my life because it's here on my desk.
Mover has never used a pencil to write a report. That's correct. I found out the other day that JP, Jefferson Parish, still does not put radios in the units.
No bases? I'll make your head spin. Neither does Lafayette PD.
So they use is the portable.
All they use is the portable. Now, if you're a specialized division, you can get a base radio, but the patrolman, no, portable.
Wow.
Are the radios that good? No. Okay.
I wouldn't. I mean, there's two things to that. One, your ID is tied when dispatch sees who's keying up. So they'll see it's which unit it is, which vehicle, which, I mean, if it's your actual radio, but I mean, too, your antenna's on top of the car.
Right.
You do get out a lot further.
A lot more watts.
See, with us, we have both because I cannot say the word. I'm going to butcher it. Rural parish. Sometimes our portables just don't work.
Yeah. A lot of times it's in certain buildings.
You
go to certain hospitals, stuff like that. It's just it'll beep every so often to let you know you doesn't have signal.
Or any metal buildings, Bornos.
I got a funny radio story. The New York State Troopers used to have a special unit for the New York State Thruway that it was like licensed to the Thruway. The Thruway Authority paid for those troopers, and they got special cars that were like really awesome 1960s Ford Pursuit cars. And they had these really big radios. So like this was before solid state. They were big tube radios in the trunk. And the first time they keyed the radio, it blew the trunk off because of the gas fumes.
Oh, wow.
They had to put vents in the trunk so you could tell if it was a Thruway car because they had these two louvers on the trunk to keep the radio from blowing the trunk off. That's going back ways.
Hey, so what do you think about this? You are the lieutenant, and you get a report that your officers got caught drag racing their Corvettes off duty.
Wow.
So days after police chief expressed frustration over drag racing and reckless driving on the streets of Memphis, 2 off-duty Memphis Police Department officers are accused of drag racing in their Corvettes. Chief, I thought you said you wanted more, not less.
Yeah.
The officers, 40-year-old and a 37-year-old, been relieved of duty until investigation complete, and charges they were excessively driving over the speed limit on Winchester Road near Hickory Hill Road. Tennessee Highway Patrol trooper says he saw the 2 silver Corvettes. They're both silver. And then that the suspects saw him hit their brakes. During traffic stop, trooper asked Green why he was drag racing. He said, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And then
that tracks. What was one of the big sayings that we grew up with? He's in my age group. If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. They said these actions do not, however, reflect the professional standards or expectations of the men and women of the Memphis Police Department. They are taken into custody with a $4,000 bond. Holy crap.
Ouch.
That hurts.
Ironically, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis, who was approved by the city council as chief earlier this year, after having been moved to an interim tag in 2024 due to record crime in the city, had just expressed her frustration and concern over drag racing and reckless driving. Y'all, we need to get our streets under control, Davis told the students. So we all have to be good stewards under the wheel.
Under it?
That's a good question. We need to see how they're training. Everybody does so. We have enforcement operations. How many have seen Tennessee Highway Patrol? They're not playing.
I want to know, like, how are patrol officers affording Corvettes?
I mean, the reserves.
Right. Okay. Good point.
Oh yeah. See, he's a reserve now. I'm just a reserve.
Well, I love it when somebody's like, "I pay your salary." I'm like, "No, you don't."
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you don't.
I tell him I pay taxes too. Therefore, I'm self-employed. 1099 myself.
Yeah.
That's a good story, though.
What was that? It was at Southland.
Yeah.
That LAPD cop show, and he goes, "You want your 2 cents back?" Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good show, too.
It is a good show.
Not to be confused with Southland Tales, which is a whole other thing.
That sounds like a porno or something.
No, it wasn't. It was a movie with The Rock in it. It's a good movie, but it's not about cops.
All right. Hey, remember how we were talking guns earlier got demonetized?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's talk about this, too. Glock has basically said, you know what? Thanks to California. I'm looking at you, JD. They've discontinued everything. Look at this. Discontinued commercial pistol models. The Glock 17 Gen 4, Glock 17 MOS Gen 4 5, the 19 MOS, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27. Basically everything except for like the 43X non-MOS And
48's not on there, is it?
48, I think the 47 might still, but it's because
The
of
switch.
the Glock switches. Yeah. So they've said they're going to create the V models.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that.
Yeah, I
And they're
don't
still-
understand that as a business decision. Is California that big a piece of their market that not being able to sell them in California hurts them that bad? Or are they trying to make some kind of a point? I don't really get it.
So on Twitter, Lucky Palmer, or X, sorry, made a post about it. I did not know this. Previous legislation, like in the early 2000s, basically, if you made any change, it had to be approved and be a new California compliant model, and they're not giving out compliance for their new models. So
There's a surprise.
under the designs, you guys basically had to love the one you're with. And so this has led to these lawsuits because the Glock switch on the older models and the newer ones, I mean, MOS especially, was able to be created. And so they legislated that out and said you have X amount of time to fix your models. And well, under the old from the early 2000s, that now said, well, you really can't. So we're just going to focus on these things. And I guess they're trying to avoid lawsuits too.
You'll never avoid lawsuits. That's a oh man.
And so they're taking those out of their line as a company. That's not just like you can't buy them in this country anymore. They're just gone. They're discontinued.
They're gone. They're gone.
Glad I got mine.
Yeah. So this one that I can't
This was
show
rude.
anymore on the thing. Very glad I bought when I did.
That model's the same one I carry at work, the 45.
You carry 45 at work, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 45 is a 19 slide with a 17 grip, essentially. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So
It's awesome. I love it.
it is. It is great. See, we've got some comments actually. Starred stuff. JD says, "Mover never yo." Nope, still they done. Check that. Been there, but in their patrol cars. Okay.
He was talking about drag racing.
Oh, as a supervisor, having somebody drag race, yeah.
Yeah, that's can't do that.
Gonky and I have drag raced jets.
I mean,
Wow.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, really. Like, okay, so how much of that can you tell us? I'm like from the ground up, or
No, like we were in the airspace and we were finished what we were doing. We had a little bit extra gas. So he's like, okay, we turned, we were line abreast, and he's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. And it usually comes down to who's afterburner lights first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the whole
That's
shot.
pretty cool.
Fights off.
Yeah. And Noggin says, did you ever take your Z06 to the track? No, I never got enough miles on it. So, all right.
That's this garage baby.
It was, and I, you know what? It was a poor purchase for me. It was
How's the
something
new one?
There's no new one.
Did
Only
you get
the
a
old one.
C8?
I did. That's what he's talking about. So I got a C8,
Yep.
Z06, and I got rid of it. I got rid of it after 6 months. I took the 01 to the track, and it melted the rear. And
Which
then
apparently is a thing.
Because somebody did the what was that, Doug?
Do you have this? I'll look
No,
for
I
it.
don't. But do you
I
have
think
it?
it was one of the big open road races, the Copper State Classic or something.
Yeah,
Which
I
I've
think
been
he
trying
had
to
it.
talk you into for more than 15 years.
Well, I'm glad I didn't, because it would melt the
Apparently
rear end
not.
off the car.
Oof.
But those cars, because they dump so much fuel out the back, it shoots flames. And there's a actual service bulletin about it, about how it runs rich, it misfires, and it shoots flames out the back. It melted the emblems off of mine, and somebody running for 2 hours melted the entire rear end off the car.
Here, I got it.
So he's not numbers matching anymore. There you go. Look at that.
Is that just exhaust heat doing that?
Yep, that's from how much heat that thing puts out.
It was the Big Bend open road race in Texas on his 2019 Corvette ZR1.
ZR1, which they only made about 600 manuals, and 2,000 of them total.
Speaking of manual,
It was a two-way average of 173 miles per hour on a 118-mile course.
how much do those in that Corvette pictured? How much do those cost?
Well, new they were about 128 to 138,000 $130,000. If you got a manual, they're between $200 and $230,000 in good condition. That one is probably not worth that anymore.
Well,
Might
no,
be worth more.
melted. Yeah, it's a rarity. It's like those era coins at the treasury prints. There you go.
Well, you got to figure because, and this is why everybody's like, you're an idiot for getting rid of the Z06. Well, they made thousands upon thousands of Z06s on the C8, but they only made 600 manuals, 1 year run. It was the last manual transmission front engine C701 Corvette, a 1 year run, less than 600 made. And then, of course, now they're even less when cars like this happen.
236 miles at 173 mile per hour average.
That's
Average.
rolling.
That's a lot of heat.
That is rolling.
How many times did he have to refuel?
I don't know. I mean, probably to get that kind of an average, not very many.
Because my 01, I mean, it only made, what, 3 20-minute track sessions?
Yeah, he might have a fuel cell in it. I can find out more for next show.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
insane.
All right. Last things we're going to talk about, switching gears from cars, sports. You a Tigers fan, Hatchet?
They've been letting me down lately.
The LSU Tigers.
Go Tigers.
The Tigers. Coach O said he'd come back, but for those that don't know, Brian Kelly lost to Texas A&M in horrific fashion on Saturday, and on Sunday they fired him. Bob Woodward said, "Get fired," and he had a $53 million buyout. But
That's what I was going to ask.
They negotiated it down to like a $20 million thing, which I don't know why, if they had dirt or he was just very nice about it. And one donor, like boosters, like, I got you. And so they're saying it's not going to come out. But then today, Governor Landry, who, since there is no acting president, is the acting president, has said that Bob Woodward is not going to be the guy that hires the next coach because we're not going to do another buyout and waste $50 million, and I think it was $77 million he did with Jimbo Fisher. Although he didn't do that. He hired Jimbo Fisher, but he wasn't there when Jimbo got paid off. But
I would like to go on record right now that I will be perfectly happy to never coach LSU football again for $50 million.
I'd do it for $5 million.
Yeah.
I will not coach for the rest of my life.
I will never coach LSU football. I mean, that program is going to be in a dire state for a while because, I mean, Brian Kelly did a lot of irreversible damage. And I think the NIL, paying players and the transfer portal and all that stuff makes it a lot harder than it used to be. Because used to be you had the strength of the program, the strength of LSU. People wanted to go play at LSU because of the potential for a national championship, and that would give them high draft choices and or draft position. Now they're just pro athletes at a different level. So I don't know.
It's changed a lot.
But
it has.
I think they got a bye week this week, so they get the new coach he's the running back coach. He gave a speech today that watered everybody's eyes. So maybe he becomes the next Coach O and we get him real cheap and he's really good. I hope he is.
They still gave Coach O a pretty penny to leave though.
Yeah, but not at first. So he was kind of cheap at first, and then they're like, hey, we'll give you this long deal because apparently that's the thing. And then he left, and then they had to buy him out. But today he came out and said, I would go back and coach there. Of course he would. I mean, to get another payout, I'd keep going back.
Coach O, he coached The Rock in college days, didn't he?
I don't know. Did he?
I think he did. Yeah, he did because The Rock did some little TV series, and The Rock was running for president in the TV series, but he did an interview with Coach O. Coach O coached him, I think, at the University of Miami.
Wow. Well, and then the other Saints or football thing is our New Orleans Saints are the worst team I've ever seen. as a Saints fan, and that's saying something because I've been through the
You've been
early
here a while.
90s. Yeah, Bobby Hebert's quarterback. Well, they were good. The Dome Patrol was good, but Mike Ditka, where he had his little meltdown, spent all the money on Ricky Williams, who had he loved to drive fast, smoke weed, drive fast, take chances.
It was so good until
now
he got here.
Now it's interesting because nobody's blaming Kellen Moore. Like Mickey Loomis has screwed up that team so badly that everybody just blames him and nobody blames the first-year coach, which is interesting because I think other first-year coaches, if they had only won one game, would be on the hot seat already, because I don't think you can do that. But they just have no quarterback. I mean, Rattler is a backup, and Tyler Shuck was a second-round pick that was, I think everybody says he's too high. But we'll see. He's the starter next week against the Rams.
We'll see.
Y'all don't watch football, so I'm talking to myself right now.
No, I watch LSU. I'm a hockey guy. Yeah, I bet neither of you
That's
hockey
right.
guys.
You're the goalie.
Yeah.
You do the triple deke?
No, that's a forward position, man. That's a forward move. I get the triple deke done against me.
Is it good when they pull the goalie or bad?
It's usually not the best. If you're pulling a goalie, it's usually because you're a point down in the game and you're trying to get the extra skater to get the advantage to get that point back.
We may have to elaborate on that for the kids at home. I don't know if they know that Hatchet plays hockey. Hatchet plays hockey.
Just said that.
Yeah. So actually, that's helped me a lot. Stay in shape because I absolutely hate running. Jogging is not something I wish to want to or ever.
But you're a goalie. You just stand there.
You think that, but I will be more than happy to lend you my pads. You come play a pickup game.
I'll go stand there myself
and go stand there and see how much work that actually is.
I can't skate.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. This is Doug's MO, right? Because I go out and run around on the range with a bunch of plates on,
man, that almost
and he's like, "Oh well, I could keep up with you. It's no big deal." And then Doug puts on the plates himself, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah." When I finished, I could barely take the thing off over my head. I'm like,
my shoulders hurt.
It's a little different when you're wearing all the stuff. It's not the same.
It is, but it's helped because I noticed I had the call out we did Tuesday, yesterday. I work night, so forgive me. I did a full-on sprint. I don't want to say 60 yards, and I had to start doing call-outs while I wasn't even winded. And in full kit, just a full-on sprint, 60 yards, and then just started calling out people. And
so
my breathing was fine.
You guys practice? Do you do like calisthenics on the ice, or just go out and scrimmage? What do you do?
Go out and scrimmage, basically. Is how I got back in my first game. I thought I was gonna die from like heart attack or something. It was bad because I hadn't played in 20 years, and then just playing more and more. It's like anything. Gotcha. You run more, you get more conditioned. So
being in shape is your responsibility, but
yeah. And instead of going for jogs, I go do hockey.
Pretty
so that's
cool.
my thing.
And you still do that today?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that matches with your schedule?
Mm-hmm. So 1 week I can play on a Tuesday. The pickup days, the scrimmage days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
y'all
1 week I play the.
So y'all do that Monday, Tuesday. Was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule?
Yeah,
that rotation.
That 2 on, 2 off, 3 on,
2 off. One. Yeah,
they call it the 2-2-3.
Yeah, it's
a good schedule. Yeah, except for Saturday night.
What's Saturday night?
Time goes back 13-hour shift.
Oh no!
Yes.
There's no adjustment for that. It's just too bad.
No, because you get the other side.
Yeah, if you work that day.
Yeah, they pay you an hour. They give you an hour overtime for it, but
$4.
It's like 2 o'clock comes. Yes, I got 2 hours left. No, psych. It's 1 o'clock again.
God, I work 12s at night. It is awful. 8 till 8. Yeah.
Yeah. What about mids? Some places do like a swing, like a middle shift.
Yeah. You have to have some manpower for that. Because your agency, do they do 12s? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have
Except
to have.
like I think traffic does something different because they work 5 days a week.
Oh, so they do 5/8s. Some traffics will do 4/10s.
Yeah.
Which 4/10s is awesome. But if you want to do 8-hour shifts, man, I'm talking you have to have almost double the people you'd have now to cover it.
Yeah. We probably don't have that because we barely have enough. Like there's a recruiting crisis, man. I mean,
There
nobody
is.
wants to come do the job anymore.
Nobody wants to do it. And why? Because every time law enforcement's in the media, it's a mugshot of a cop who did something that 15 years ago would have been like, cop did his job. Now it's Monday morning quarterbacking.
So I don't watch cop. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't watch cop TV shows currently. What are the cop TV shows like? Because when I was growing up as a kid, that was a huge part of what people thought about the cops. When my dad was, people were calling my dad a pig on a school bus. And then the good cop shows came out, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to be my friend.
Are you talking cop TV shows like Cops or talking like
the
Rookie?
like
the Rookie?
Like the fiction stuff? Are cops
It
painted in a
is-
good light or a bad light?
It depends. It depends. Like the
Yeah.
Rookie had a whole season because it was around the COVID stuff where they were kind of bowing to the, the narrative of the time. So they were having the characters struggle with, I'm a cop, but I hate cops because we do bad things to each other.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
They
Yeah.
add they'll add the bad cop in there, and then we kind of struggle with it, but the good character doesn't, I understand your struggle kind of thing.
Because in the late 60s and early 70s, there were some shows where the cops were clearly the bad guys, and then it
you
switched.
still have that. You still have that.
You do, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, that's why what I was aiming to do with this is when we talk about cop stuff, I don't want to be like Donut, because he's got it covered. The breakdowns of that's fine. The shootings and the deaths and all that stuff. Same thing with Angry Cops. I just wanted to show like the good stuff, something that I actually have another one that was queued up about they saved a baby. There was a car rollover, the baby was ejected, they did the CPR successfully, which holy crap, successful CPR on a baby, that'll change you.
Yeah, well.
So I think to me that's my focus, is that there's another side of the badge that I think people don't see.
And that's actually good point to bring up about kids movers. It's leading to a point is you were military, you're still military, and you're law enforcement. So after a while, you get this numb emotion to seeing death, and you get this numb emotion to seeing adults getting beat up, getting in domestics and all this other stuff. But 20 years in, it's kids. You never get over that.
Yeah.
You never get over a child or any young kid in a bad situation because that child has no control of it. It's like a dog. The dog doesn't have any choice.
My dad had some really weird things that they seemed weird to me when I was a kid that he was afraid of for me. Like I wasn't allowed to go around farm ponds. And I found out years later that he had to pull a kid my age out of a farm pond.
Autistic kids go to water. And that's usually when you have.
Thanks, Mover.
That's not. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking like when we have a missing kid, the autistic kids, that they go to water, and that's where we find them.
Yeah, and where we grew up, every farm had a pond, and the bottoms were all muddy, and that was the story.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've had missing kids where that's where we found them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because it's they go to water, and they just had that in New Orleans where the kid with the alligator.
Yikes.
Just in New Orleans. Now they arrested the mom because there were some other abuse issues going on top of that as well. But you talk about the dog thing. I mean, I went to I've talked about this on the other channel, a murder suicide where and that's one thing I've learned too, is the dispatchers, nobody gives the dispatchers enough credit for the stuff that they hear on the phone and the stuff that they deal with. Because the woman had called and said, I'm done, and come get the bodies, and shot herself on the phone with the dispatcher listening, saying, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And when we showed up, we all show up, thinking it's an active shooter kind of situation. You know, we don't know. There's a gunshot over the radio. You know how it is. The notes, the dispatcher's just typing everything. And we get there, and I'm holding the corner inside the residence, and the dog's been shot. The daughter was shot in the bed, 20-something years old, and said, "I don't want her to be a burden on somebody." That's what her note read. "I don't want her to be a burden on society," which she was a fully functioning, not special needs, nothing, just fully functioning 20-something-year-old. And she said, "I don't want her to be a burden." Shot herself. And as a cop, you don't get the opportunity or the ability to fix that. And I think, Doug, you can probably talk to the psychology of it. It's an unfinished thing. You see the aftermath, and your whole training is trying to help people and fix things. And all you can do is secure the scene for the coroner, and whatever investigation is going to have. And I think that does take a toll on. Yeah,
you nailed it. People don't realize so many people get into law enforcement work to help people through things like that. And when you show up after, there's nothing that you can do. It's just so much harder.
But then the dispatchers, there's that call, and that was before Luna. We had that program. But then later on, dispatcher took a call, and it was one of our own deputies whose wife had gotten killed in a head-on collision. Oof. And so she answers the phone, and she can hear the baby screaming in the back because the mom had just gotten killed in the car. Like, because, the car is automatically called OnStar or whatever it's called. And that affects them because they're in a windowless building with TVs and monitors, and they have no control whatsoever. They're just hearing things. And same thing when we lost our deputy. They heard all those call outs when he died, and they're just there trying to cope with it and continue doing their job because they have to. They still have to keep their composure. They still have to do that. So, if anybody deserves credit, beyond just the door kickers, it's, dispatchers, because, they're out there. Now, granted, a good dispatcher is like a good whistle, right? They help. But if you get a bad dispatcher, sometimes it makes things worse.
Oh yeah, there's definitely the good and the bad in that. That's for sure. And the good ones, man, you want to hang on to them if you can.
Yeah,
you don't want to lose those.
That's a thankless job.
It really is,
I think,
because I'll tell you this, I can't do it.
No. Well, and a lot of deputies, when they're on, they call it AIB, but when you're on your medical, like if you get hurt or something, you'll get yourself hurt in hockey at our agency, you'd probably end up talking on the radio. You'd probably put you on the dispatch desk, so you
did they train them up at all? I mean,
yeah.
They
don't just say
that's good,
but you do have an idea already because if you've been on the road,
gotcha.
It's easier to train a cop because you already know all the 10 codes and the signals and stuff. You just got to learn how to. Now, some people, bro, they can't talk on the radio no matter who they are.
No.
I'd interrupt people.
The worst one is that if you have the yeller and the whisperer on the same shift. So you have to turn your radio up for one, and then the screamer gets on, and then there goes your ears.
We used to be so here we've got districts, right? And I'm sure, I don't know if you guys split her up into districts or whatever, but 4th district, right? 2 and 4, they connect. But the 4th district is your country bumpkins. It's out in it's just farmland and
out here?
Up by Tangipahoa.
So no, Washington Parish. It's up north.
Okay.
So
Pearl River.
Pearl River's east. But north, this is all your farm and stuff like that. And the deputies start to pick up accents for whatever reason. As they're doing it, they pick up accent. And we used to be on the same channel. It used to be District 2, which is like Mandeville and the city, the suburban area, and then District 4. So what you'd have is the District 2 guys that were like, hello, 10-4, Roger, and then the District 4, all right, now I'm about to do a traffic stop on this here vehicle. It's let me see where I'm at now. And they would just key up the radio for the entire, and you're like, shut up.
This particular individual.
Yeah, that's about the barn that's next to that cow. Remember what I told you about last?
Where the watermelon stand used to be.
It's occupied. Yeah. How many times?
Go ahead and roll me a couple. They're fighting over here at Emma Jeans.
You're like, shut up, and then they finally got their own channel. So you're like, thank God.
In the parking lot at the Seafood Hut.
Yeah, they're at the stop sign. There's only one stop sign up there, and that's the one they're at.
and we have these computers in our car to type all these pretty little notes in the CAD, and they just want to broadcast on that radio. They love to hear themselves talk sometimes.
If I'm ever king for a day, we're going to do just radio etiquette. It's going to be one day, and we're all going to talk. By the end of it, everybody's going to sound like a fighter pilot on the radio. Because if you cannot sound cool on the radio,
yeah, you shouldn't be on it.
You shouldn't be on the radio. You got to be. Don't give me all this extra. If it's standard, it's standardized, and that's how we say it. That's how everybody says it. That's it.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, and I'll give it to you guys, the aviators, is that there's nothing cooler than hearing those aviators work, because you hear the traffic that they're getting and that they're saying, and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? But they're doing like precision work.
Yeah, there's so much going on with so little.
It's so funny you say that, because my buddy that runs Brandon, who is a cop and a pilot too, he's always texting me when I post those T-38 videos. He's like, I just love hearing y'all work, because I think cops, when they hear us on the radio, it's such a different world. You're like, how? What? Because law enforcement comm is different from aviation comm.
It's different department to department too.
Yeah, I mean, we probably would not understand each other, because the 10 codes and the signals are all different from agency to agency. What drives me nuts is the ones that use the LAPD phonetic alphabet. They
Adam
don't use,
Boyd.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy, Tom, Paul. Oh, God, stop.
Funny you say that. We have a trainee on our shift, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, LT, do you have the keys to your shop?"
Yeah, I was trying to remember that the other night.
And I said, my what? I said, what you need to go in my shed for?
I was trying to remember that the other night, that there's guys that call it the shop.
That's LAPD, man.
Well, his mom and dad worked for LAPD. They retired. They moved out here. Now he's working for us, and he keeps calling my unit a shop. And
that's funny.
Well, some people call it the squad.
The squad.
I'd take
cruiser.
that over shop.
No,
don't say cruiser.
Everybody calls my car a cruiser.
Don't say
drives
cruiser,
me nuts.
Doug.
Yeah, you can't say car, because it's not a car anymore. It's a Tahoe.
Yeah.
I mean,
cruiser.
Durango.
You know what? When you say cruiser, I'm going to tell you what comes to mind. The police units with the civilian package rims on it.
That's what Doug has.
No,
yeah.
I got cop wheels.
No, you got those.
I have the sap wheels.
I'll tell you though,
wheels with the center, the chrome center caps.
Oh yeah.
Watching Chips though, 7 Mary 3 and 4. I mean, I'm gonna allow that.
I'll allow that.
I'm allow that, because
and 1 Adam 12.
Yeah, I'm allow that, but I didn't know we actually switched to that. We switched to that district day or night shift, and then zone. That 1 Adam 12, 1 Alpha, whatever. We used to not do that. We do that now.
So Lafayette PD is divided into 5 precincts. They changed the call number since I left, and if I tried to explain the new ones, I'd mess it up. But the old ones would be your first number. You had a 3-digit number. Your first number was your precinct.
Yep.
Your second number was your shift.
Yep.
And then your third number was your zone.
That's what we do.
And that's on every call?
That's what we do.
Yeah. So
that's your radio. That's your radio call sign.
So like you have to verbalize that, or that's what shows up on the dispatch?
Yeah. So like if I'm the float unit, I'm 2 Alpha 11. That's District 2, Alpha being day shift, 11 being the float unit.
And so the way Lafayette did it, and funny because it's Alpha 2. So if I was 541 and I had a zone partner, like in my actual zone in my precinct, he would be 541 Alpha.
Wow.
And precinct 1 would be 141 and 141 Alpha. So
New York State Troopers used their badge numbers when my dad was on. I don't know if
they're
still do that
ES.
or not.
They're what are they? ES whatever. ES with a number. E something. Around here.
When Dad was doing it, it was just the badge number. This was 2232.
That's how we used to be. Not badge number, but it used to be a 4-digit number where it was like 3 for patrol, your district, and then your number.
Which is funny because at Lafayette, we had numbers on the badges, but they were catalog numbers. So they weren't your actual badge number. So My catalog number on my badge was 434. I had to look at it. It was 434, but my badge number was 13793. So when they had asked for my badge number and I give it to them, they call and complain because I lied. That's not the number on his badge.
What was the number on your badge?
What? That's like, I watch these auditors and they're like, give me your badge number. And I'm sitting here going, well, I have an employee number. I have a radio number. I have, if I'm working a zone, I have a zone number, and I have a number that's on my badge that means nothing. So technically, that's
the one
my
to give
badge
them.
number.
That's the one to give them.
But it is tied to nothing, like nothing else. I don't even think it's cataloged to anything. I think they just said, here, pick a badge. And I was like, oh, 969. That's the one.
Really?
I grabbed it out of the stack.
That's
yeah,
really
969.
Nice.
Nice.
So like,
I'm surprised that was available.
It was. I was so excited. We were at the meeting, when they're like, "Hey, come get your new, pick up your wallet badge or whatever, not your, your portable metal, because we don't wear metal badges. We wear Velcro.
Yeah.
Pick up your metal badge." And they were just in a line. I said, "That's mine." And nobody else cared about 969. So I was like, "Oh, here we go."
This is so fun to me because this is the kind of stuff my dad and his buddies would sit around and talk about while they're drinking beer or eating ice cream or whatever it was we were doing. This is, that's cop talk. Yeah, I got 969 out of the box.
What state police troop is where I live? Because I don't want to put.
You got Troop I, right?
I have Troop I.
Yeah,
and we have a I-69.
Oh,
yeah. I-69 Region 2.
Yeah, we're Troop L, but they're ES when they come off over the radio, like ES 34 or whatever. So I don't know how they figure it. The only reason I know that is because they'll come over our radio and be like, "We're all 10-6. Can you guys go handle that 20?" And you're like, "You're not 10-6.
You ain't.
That's troop traffic, man. Go put your hat on and go take that call."
Big hats. That's what we call them. The big hats.
Yeah,
they don't wear them as much as they used to.
I think
they have
got
straw
tactical
hats, right? Or do they? I've never paid attention to their hats.
straw hats.
Yeah, they're that's what they're called. Straw. Yeah.
Are they really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The New York State had Stetsons, honest to God Stetsons.
All right, we got a couple starred. Shaq went back to LSU and got his doctorate. He also got his Land Rover stolen on the way down here like 2 days ago.
He also donated a huge chunk of a really nice conference center.
Yeah.
He works out at Red Laurel's all the time in Lafayette.
Laura B says real body cam footage shows just how much stupid BS cops patiently put up with. Yeah. Yeah. JD is here says, yes, that's what we had in Glendale. Beat, unit type, then unit. 7 Mary 3 was 7 motor, and 3 is the unit number. Dude, that's why I love chips.
Oh.
So you'd have been a Mary or a...
Funny story. I got a Harley from work today.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, you're a motor man now again?
Yeah, they told me to go pick it up.
You got your baseball pants?
Yes, I do.
You were supposed to teach me and Gonky, but that didn't play out.
Still, yeah, I know it didn't, and that sucked.
Yeah,
we'll have to.
I got pulled over in Hollywood, Florida, by the coolest old motor cop. I was doing something like 60 and a 30 or something in my sports car.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
No, there was no alleged to it because he pulled me over and we talked for a while. He says, "Man, I love your car. I used to have an MG when I was in high school." And we talked. And he's like, I said, "Are you sure? Because that's awful fast." And he said, "No, I'm pretty sure." He said, "Go down there and drive toward me at a legal speed and don't tell me what it is." And then we did that like 2 or 3 times and he got it right every time. And he said, "You see it? I know how fast you're going." And then he wrote me a ticket anyway.
Did he write you 3?
No.
Okay. Well, I see.
He wrote me 1 and it was for 10 over instead of 20 over.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yep. He was a cool guy.
Well, we've been doing this for almost an hour and a half for the 1 hour show. I think we've failed successfully, especially since we were demonetized the first time out. That was a rough start.
Yeah.
That'll go down in the history books.
It's like I've never done this before or something. I don't know. You guys got to be nice to me because it's my first time.
That's
Doug, now you know what it feels like, why all these pilots want to come on the show, because exactly what you said, they like hanging around like it sounds like the old Ready Room talk. That's what this is.
That's exactly right.
But for the record, this will not just be, if this continues past today, it will not just be a law enforcement show. We heavily law enforcement because of Hatchet Man, who cannot return until when?
Wednesday after next.
Oh, I thought you said December.
No, I gave you my empty dates in December, bud.
We scheduled 8 guests, Hatchet. Now what are we going to do?
Yeah. I was like, well, we'll never see him again.
No, every other Wednesday I'm off. So,
but it's crazy. I'm looking at the counter, and if that's right, that's not a bad turnout. 686. No. You guys are. I appreciate you guys watching.
Twitch must be coming in heavy because I'm sorry, X must be coming in heavy because Twitch said there were 20 people at one point.
Yeah. Well, Rumble failed and live stream on YouTube failed. So
YouTube doesn't want us.
Yeah.
They didn't like your optic.
I'll fix it. I'll upload this as a podcast and as I'll remove the gun stuff. So now sorry, Primary Arms. My non-demonetized Primary Arms review is that it's a great optic, and Colby is awesome in the customer support department, and we like shooting this gun. And I have no further questions.
I'm going to go with a more neutral background in the future too. Maybe something like this.
Yeah, that's subtle. I like it though.
Yeah, that's that.
Possibly.
No, dude, no, you can't. This is not an aviation podcast.
No aviation, no, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
no aviation.
Jeez, you're really limiting my options here.
Yeah, non-aviation. There you go.
Yeah,
Euro trash.
Yep.
Be some.
All about the Euro
trash. Do you race, Hatchet? Do you like racing? I know we did iRacing with you once and got you addicted, and then never did it again.
That
was kind of
nice. We're iRacing again.
Yeah. Well, you got us into Ready or Not is the problem, and now we're in a Halo.
I never could get in a Halo.
I'm here for
that last Halo is pretty good.
Although, have you done the new Battlefield 6?
Talk to Doug. Don't talk to me. Doug's got a.
How long has it been out? I think I've got 80 hours in now. I lied the other night when I said 30.
I think I'm close to 30.
Yeah.
Doug has abandoned me in my nerd ops so that he could go feed his addiction.
That just means you got to get Battlefield.
Or I'm just going to wait for it to die out. He'll eventually get tired of it.
It's possible. The cheating is getting bad already. I'm sorry. I'm answering Hawkeye's BMW message. He said he wanted to know if I drive BMWs.
That's all he drives. All right. Well, that's it for today. I have nothing further. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. If you don't like it, tell me and we won't do this again.
We'll do something different.
Good talk. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thank y'all.